You got fat, but that's always a great start. Hat or no hat? I like the hat. I think we're gonna try working with it. Hi friends, how's it going? Now, as much as I love going on dangerous adventures for the sake of your entertainment, today I want to be changing up the pace just a little bit and rather stress myself out over some rude comments. I know, super exciting. But honestly, this is arguably worse than putting myself in dangerous situations because at least a shark would never call me fat. But the comments will, so let's get to it. Also, make sure to stick to the end because I want to be talking about something that has more to do with like the actual title of this video. Okay, cool. We're starting off strong with this one. Do you ever shower or is that optional in van life? Who are you talking to? I'm very clean, thank you very much. I personally don't like the feeling of growing like a biofilm kind of situation, you know what I mean? So I shower every single day. But that's not without effort because finding a way to shower while you live in a vehicle, not easy. Are you ever going to get a real job? This is like the bane of my existence, this comment. YouTube is my job. As much as like I would still do this for free, I guess, because it is fun. I just want to have the time because I would have to have another job. Whenever you see sponsors or ads and stuff, that's me getting paid, basically. Are you secretly homeless or is this just content? Well, I mean, I'm sitting in a house right now, so this isn't a great example, but I may be houseless, not like this exact moment, but usually, but I'm not homeless by any means because home is where the heart is. I got peaches. It would be nice to have more with me, but it's a good start. Have you ever seriously considered quitting YouTube? Short answer would be no, but there have been times, like in any situation, people like you get overwhelmed or you get frustrated or like kind of defeated, and in that frustration, just be like, you know what, I'm done. But then I always come crawling back. So, but that's only happened a couple of times, and that was at the beginning of my channel when they can just be kind of defeating trying to start a YouTube channel. So that was why. But honestly, within the past few years, no, I have not because I love my job. This next one is a gem. You got fat, but that's always a great start. Your acne is better. Stay tuned while my mom makes a smoothie really quick. So you're saying I went from pizza face to deep dish? I'm just kidding. I definitely wouldn't say I'm fat by any means, but we've been putting on some muscle over here, so I have gained weight. You seem sad a lot. I get this one very frequently. Guys, I have an anxiety disorder. I am on medication for it, so that helps, but it's like this constant looming cloud. So I'm not sad. I'm just a little stressed out. But it makes sense with my content. I mean, a lot of the times I'm traveling and doing stressful things by myself. So I mean, yeah, it can get pretty stressful and overwhelming for sure. This next one had me thinking for like a half hour. Your stories don't add up. Oh no, they caught me. The reason why this one had me thinking for a while, because I'm like, what stories? Because I tell actual stories on my Patreon. That's not what they're talking about. I think they're talking about just my videos in general, which my videos don't contain stories. It has a storyline, but it's not a story. It's not made up. Like, I just film my life and then whatever happens, happens. I mean, if you could give me an example of a specific video that didn't add up, then maybe I could explain, but they didn't give any examples, so. It's just the whole channel. Why are you single? Now this one just had a vibe to me, okay? I know it's not necessarily a rude comment, but they put a bunch of question marks at the end, so I'm just like, I feel an energy. But to answer your question, probably because my standards are pretty high. Like, have health insurance high, which in this day and age is not an easy feat to accomplish. It is dangerous to leave Peaches on that houseboat. It could have sank. Okay, I guess yes, you are correct. It could have sank, but you could use the same logic with anything. Like, you leave your dog in the house, a house fire can start. There's no environment that's perfectly safe. Like, everything has risk. The thing about Peaches is that I give her the best life possible. She gets to spend 24/7 with me. She gets to see all these amazing, cool places. And I feel like those are the two things that a dog wants, is to spend time with their owner and then see and smell a bunch of things. But I feel like even with doing all those things for her, there's still people who are angry that I don't end her day in a deep tissue massage, which sometimes I do, but that aside, Peaches is living a good life, y'all, okay? So yeah, I did leave her on the houseboat because that was the safest place to leave her. So I am happy to say that those are all of the negative ones that I could find, even though some of them weren't necessarily negative. But now it's time for the positive ones. Because, I mean, might as well include those too, right? Hey friends, really quick, I would like to take a second to thank today's sponsor, Raycon. Don't you just love whenever your favorites come back even better? I'm talking The Conjuring 2. If you know, you know. Well, this month, guess who's back better than ever? Raycon's fan favorite classic earbuds, now packing active noise cancellation. Pair that alongside a 32-hour battery, and you never have to worry about not having access to music or podcasts or YouTube. I'm kind of partial to the YouTube because here I am, and if you don't believe me, all you got to do is check out one of their tens of thousands of 5-star reviews. If you've watched my previous 3 videos, if you look closely, in every single video, I have them in my ear at some point in the process. As I mentioned, I really like the noise cancellation, but I also really like the fact that when they're in, you don't have to use your phone at all. You can skip songs just by pressing on the side. You can change through all the modes just by pressing the buttons on the side as well. So it just makes the whole process a lot easier, especially if you're on a jog or something. And speaking of jogs, one of my favorite features is their awareness mode. So you can still hear your music, but it also plays all of the outside ambient noise through the headphone as well, so that you can still hear traffic or someone running up behind you, I don't know. I also really like the fact that it comes with this little case, which also acts as a charger for them. As you can see, there's a little connecting port right there, but they last a really long time even without a charge. I think it's about 8 hours actually. But as I mentioned, the noise cancellation, I like using it whenever I'm on long drives and I'm trying to edit a video. It just helps block out all the ambient noise as well. But lucky for you guys, if you're looking to check them out, Raycon is offering my audience a special deal. Go to buyraycon.com/EthanTravels to get 20% off of fan favorite everyday earbuds classic, sponsored by Raycon. But anyway, thank you so much to Raycon for sponsoring this video. And also thank you guys very much for listening to the sponsor. It's very important to my channel. Okay, peace out, back to the video. I actually found this one cool. Do you script your videos or wing it? And I don't think I've really ever talked about this actually. A big part of my job is planning. Obviously, these destinations don't just come out of nowhere, so that I guess is scripted if you want to call it that, but the rest of it, fully just winging it. All the commentary, all of the things that I see, all the food that I try, it's just truly then and there whatever I think looks cool in the moment, which on one hand is really great because I get to show my reaction in time and it just makes it more authentic. But if it were to be more heavily produced and more scripted, then I could show more of the surrounding area, you know what I mean? But I'd rather it be more natural. The best thing you've learned from therapy. I'll get back to you on that one, I'm not sure. What is it like being in your position? And then they put in quotations, fame. So, thank you. Okay, the only place that I feel even the tiniest bit of fame would be a Walmart, weirdly enough. I don't know what about the atmosphere in there attracts my audience. Birds of a feather flock together, I guess, I don't know. But every single time I go into a Walmart, I know that there's about a 15 to 20% chance that someone's gonna walk up to me, which isn't that high, so we're good for the most part. But it does cause me some anxiety, and there's one funny story. I was having a really bad hair day, my acne was just pizza face, as we talked about earlier, and I was feeling rough that day. So I wore a hood, without realizing that I probably looked really sketchy, because as I was walking through the Walmart, I kept, specifically from women, I kept getting these looks. And also I was a little self-conscious, so I was avoiding eye contact and stuff. So yeah, I definitely look sketch. But to get back to your initial question, it really does not affect my personal life that much. Actually, kind of a rare occurrence that anyone walks up to me. How do you deal with looks while vlogging in public? Well, trust me, I get plenty of them. It's kind of funny how comfortable people are with staring, but also I'd be staring too, I guess, so. The thing is that I get so wrapped up in looking at my camera and talking to it, and I've been doing this for 5 years, that it's become so natural to me that a lot of the times when I am recording myself, I don't look at other people and I'm not aware. It's almost like I can block out all of my surroundings to a point that it's honestly like a superpower, but also it has its downfalls because sometimes I won't realize that people, there's a whole group of people staring at me until I turn off the camera and I'm done recording, and then I'm just like, yay, I'm done, and put the camera down and I look, and then there's 5 people just staring at me and I'm like, great, how long were they looking at me for? What is your bucket list of places to go? Let me just bring up my bucket list. Here it is, if you want to read it. I've completed some of these things. Be an extra in a movie, scuba dive, skydive, bungee jump, hike Appalachian Trail, visit all 50 states. There's not many destinations on this thing. It's more things that I want to accomplish. But I guess a bucket list place would be Iceland. Seems really beautiful there. And like the nature is right up my alley. And also I like that they have a bunch of mythical creatures that they talk about, like fairies and stuff. Even though I don't necessarily believe in it, but I still think it's fun. If Peaches could vote, who would she vote for? I would say whoever makes it legal to bark at her own reflection without any consequences. Those are all of the questions that I was able to find, at least when it comes to the rude ones, but also that's a good thing. I'm glad that the vast majority of people on the internet don't despise me. That's nice, but it's fine if there's a few. But as I said at the beginning of this video, I have a message right now. I just wanted to apologize to you guys for my previous video. I know most of you guys are not upset by any means. I was looking at the like ratio. It still has a 98.2% likes versus dislike. So I'm aware, okay? But there were quite a few people that were not happy. I'm just gonna cut to the chase. A lot of people thought that I was clickbaiting on that video, which I now, in hindsight, can see why people were thinking that. But I do want to explain how that wasn't my intention. The video is titled something like how to beat a 100-degree day in Florida. My houseboat is low-key sinking or something like that. So the first part of it is definitely true, the 100-degree day. But the part that people were saying was clickbait was the houseboat sinking, which once again I understand, but that was a play on words on my part because at the beginning of the video, there was a puddle, like a leak in the houseboat, and then I made the joke, the houseboat starting to sink in the video. So that was a play on words just for the sake of the title, but once again, it made sense to me because I had already watched the video, I had edited it, I was in the video. So with that said, I apologize. It was just a lack of perspective from me, I guess, on my end. But thank you to the people who pointed it out and were still kind. I appreciate that rather than tearing me to shreds. But that's fun too, I guess. This video was a lot of fun. I haven't done a Q&A in so long. It's maybe even like half a year, maybe a year, I don't know. So, with that said, it was definitely time to do another one. And yes, I know that I touched a lot of rude or maybe out there comments and questions. You can defend me in the comments if you want, but at the same time, it is not necessary because I find this funny. The thought of this video is truly just to have a laugh, make fun of myself because that's fun. I love making fun of myself. It's one of my favorite things to do. And then also make some money off of some rude people. So gotta pay for this Chick-fil-A somehow, guys. But with all of that said, if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. Doing all of those are free ways that you can help my channel out. Basically what it does is that it shows the algorithm that you enjoyed my video, and then the algorithm will push my video to more people. So quite literally, free way that you can help my channel out. I would really appreciate it. Before I go, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who supports the channel on Patreon. Because of you, I'm able to continue making content and show you all of the beautiful places that the world has to offer. But mostly the United States for right now. So thank you guys so very much. And an extra special thank you goes to Brad Proper, Duncan, Racer and Boo, Gerald Gradwell, Miki Liebenberg, Jeffrey Borer, Christopher Novotny, Glenn Dillon, Queen Isafella, Ferret with the Spork, Warrior 316, Ronnie Joseph, Stefan Roshnek, Bashny, Stefan Porch, Jay Redden, Rob Swan, Scott Krutz, Chris Fortin, Scott Sweaters, and Britt Saunders. Once again, thank you guys so very much. If you'd like to join, all the information is in the description, along with other ways you can support the channel if you would like. On my Patreon, I post my videos early. I also post extra videos, and then you also get your name at the end of the video, like you just saw, all of those different names. And it starts at $1 a month if you want to check it out. And then last but not least, I want to give a shout out to the Cancer Research Institute. I started working with them after my best friend Millie passed away due to cancer, and I just wanted to find a way that I could honor her memory, and this was the best way that I felt I could do so. If you would like to also honor Millie's memory or just donate out of the kindness of your heart, I'll leave that link in the description, I can't speak, to make it easy for you, but I'm done selling you guys things. Thank you so much for listening, I appreciate it. But anyway, peace out, I'll see you in my next video, love you, take care, okay, bye-bye.